Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Tuesday, May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Hey, I got it out of the way. That's all you'll hear from me. 8:51 a.m. Mountain Time, and I wanted to do this video because in the morning because I think it's extremely important. We're in a pretty crucial time frame for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and other alts, including Dogecoin, which I have pulled up right now on the 4-hour chart. I do want to remind you, especially today, because you're going to hear some outrageous figures, right? That may or may not happen. But I want to put them out there because I want to be prepared for all scenarios, on the high end, on the low end, but I am not a financial advisor. Take none of this as financial advice. It is information, entertainment, and educational purposes only. So that having said that, if you do enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. I do appreciate it. Up to 150 subscribers. It may not seem like a lot to most people, but I am definitely grateful to have reached that point so far. So gives me motivation, lets me know that I'm doing things that are helpful to others. Anyways, having said that, let's get into that. I think it's a good idea before this to review the last video where I talked about 20 different altcoins and played out pretty much with the plan on every single one of them. There was one like Rune went up. I think we talked about Rune potentially basing and not after making a decent move and hasn't really done too much. Rune actually moved up, but we saw things like Cardano. We talked about this range and we saw a nice spike, but it didn't leave this range. It stayed right within this range. XRP, we talked about that 1.408 mark. It did come and close above that. So we're watching it, maybe putting in, that's the weekly chart, which we'll look at too. Maybe putting in like a pennant here, something to watch. And I'm not going to go over everything, but just some scenarios that we watched for. I would probably look at this as a cup and handle formation, but again, I'm not going to get really into this, but I'm going to talk about my strategy a little bit. So if you want to go through and watch that video, it'd be good to see where we're at with 20 different altcoins. Obviously, I'm going to miss some. There's 6,500 of them, so I apologize I didn't get to all of them. But we were pretty accurate with what to look for. So my mentality on this and my strategy, number one, is I did start scaling into Bitcoin, and I bought in after this second candle closed above the 50-day moving average. Right, so I'm down, but that's why I don't go big right off the bat. What I'd like to see here, I'm looking at three things, right? Three things I'm watching Bitcoin on. Number one, we have an inverted hammer. I'd like to see this daily candle close in a hammer candle. So we have this inverted hammer into a hammer that we close above the 50-day moving average. That'd be bullish. I'd probably make another buy there. I'd also watch, I don't have any significant plans on buying the way down. If we came down under 50,000, I'd probably make another small buy. The one thing I do want to be prepared for, to one extreme, is the 200-day moving average. We're a long ways away from that. Odds are we don't come down to that. But if it does, then I want to be ready for it. So that's one thing I'm watching. And then the upside, again, I'm watching this 50-day moving average. I want to see it close above there again. And on the chart, the last thing that I'm watching for Bitcoin is the weekly chart. And we made previous 2 weeks higher high, higher low. That's good. Did we come down to 50,000? I don't know. I hope not. Can it happen? Yeah. If we came down to 50,000 and started to come up from there and then went into the next week, we'd still make a higher high and higher low. I don't like 2 of the 3 candles being red, but that's what I'll be watching for. And if we put in a hammer candle on the daily, close above the 50-day moving average on the daily, we'll close this week green, and I'd like to see it close above the previous week's high of 56,625.20. So that's where we're at with Bitcoin. Now, getting into some of the ones that are moving, some of the altcoins that are moving. Obviously, Ethereum. It's been the Ethereum show for a couple weeks now, and we had a plan laid out. We watched this trend line and talking about a few scenarios that, one, we could probably just trend right underneath this trend line and within this channel. 2, we might swing down, if we don't break through it, and then come up and retest it. 3, we break through it, which I had my my buy order, my stop order set to buy 0.5% above the trend line where it was at, or where I estimated it to be at. And yeah, we're looking pretty solid. We went over 3,500, and the one that I've started to buy now is Litecoin. I started to buy yesterday, and I'll tell you why. Here's the scenario for me, right? We haven't really, I know this chart is crazy, right? It is. We haven't really seen that parabolic move, where we go up 100, 200% in a week or two, or whatever, or a day. That's what I think needs to happen to end the cycle. And there's still Bitcoin moving off exchanges into private wallets, so there's less and less on exchanges. So people are holding; they're not, selling. They're just hodling, the crypto term. Anyways, so that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. And to continue the cycle, right? I think that here's some numbers to throw out, and this is why I said this at the beginning of the video, right? Bitcoin went up 3.26 times from its previous all-time high in the high 19,000s, right? If Ethereum were to do that, it should reach a price of 46.29 or somewhere close to that. Obviously, it's not going to be exact. If Litecoin were to do the same, it should reach a price of 13.69. Right now, Litecoin is at 307, 308. It is kind of watching this cup on the daily. I wouldn't be surprised to see it come back up today. Seemed like it's been a lot of cups without handles forming. More cups without handles. You look at like Dogecoin, we just, kind of sent it 52. So it's down 10% from its high today. It reached a high today, 61, so a little over 10%. So I'm watching it through Saturday. We'll see how it does there. That's a buy the rumor, sell the news situation for me. But I'm watching that 4,600, and I think if you follow Raul Paul, he is very bullish on Ethereum. Makes a strong case with a lot of information and diagrams and charts showing the same pattern as Bitcoin in 2017. So he thinks that Ethereum could reach like 20,000. Now, I think that if that were to happen, Bitcoin would need to make another run up, probably at least to 10, 15,000 or 100, 150,000, and that could potentially happen still. Just because like the difference here with these altcoins right now is that Bitcoin didn't just finish a parabolic run when it went from like 10,000 to almost 20,000. So watching that with Bitcoin, watching Dogecoin through Saturday, watching Litecoin, see how it does here, because I do expect it to be the next mover if we are in that scenario. Bitcoin dominance is breaking down still. We're just breaking through levels, and we talked about like the prime scenario for altcoins being if we came down to this 36% level, which we've taken bigger drops in the past and harder. Look how hard this dropped. December 2017 when Bitcoin dropped, and then right at the beginning of 2018, altcoins made incredible runs. So we went from about 70 to 36, cut it in half. We may see like a 35, 36 again, 73. Yeah, it'd be cool to see. It'd be nice to see. I would like to see that. Anyways, the altcoin market cap, we've seen new all-time highs. So we are rising on altcoins. Last time we talked about we got to break through this, otherwise we're going to put in a double top here, and we did. We put in almost a $1.25 trillion market cap, and we did it on good volume. We have a lot of sell volume today. But we're watching that, and the things that I'm watching is, if you're looking to buy altcoins, you're looking to buy altcoins. One thing that I'm watching is the Bitcoin value, right? So let's look at Litecoin and its Bitcoin value. Bitcoin. Let's find a Coinbase one, just because it's okay. So Bitcoin has been coming down, right? Bitcoin's down. Bitcoin is down to 54.8, and Litecoin's Bitcoin price has been remaining steady pretty much through this drop. So even though Litecoin is down, $20 since its high today, it's been pretty much holding its Bitcoin value. Dogecoin, same thing. Ethereum Classic, same thing. So just to give you a couple numbers, like Dogecoin's Bitcoin price is up 39% today. Ethereum's Bitcoin price is up 13%, Litecoin's 16%, and Ethereum Classic's 31%. While they're not up. Well, Dogecoin's up 32% US dollar value today. So, while Bitcoin's down 5%. So I'm watching those, and then I'm watching to see the Bitcoin values break out on ones that haven't broke out yet. So let's look at like stellar lumens, right? This is how I'm determining one aspect of what I'm determining how to buy, what I'm buying. So I'm watching for breakouts of the Bitcoin value. Right, so do something like that. So we got a little cup here, a little handle here. We'll see how it goes. Breaks out here, or it comes above right here. That's where my strong buy would be on something like stellar lumens. I'd buy it with US dollars, but that's what I'm watching to see, to measure its strength versus Bitcoin. And it's been pretty good plan so far. It's been working out pretty well. Dogecoin Ethereum Classic was one of them, and it's just been cruising from $36. We hit like 66 today. It's at 60 and a half right now. But this is just one example. This is what I'm going to be kind of scanning for when I have the time to, for what I'm buying and stuff. So you can't. I get that a lot of people, just like Bitcoin, and that's great. If that's your plan, you just want to buy Bitcoin and hold Bitcoin, fine, right? But you can't. I wouldn't even call it an argument. It was like the start of one that I'm not going to get into. But you got, what some of the community calls Bitcoin maxis. They're just all about Bitcoin, and altcoins just don't even matter, which I think 95% of them are self-serving. I think some are cool, like Filecoin serves a nice purpose. Litecoin and Dogecoin are essentially a replica of Bitcoin. They aren't really doing much. Well, Dogecoin is doing a lot price-wise, but there's really no profound advantage that they have. Like NFTs, like those are kind of cool. They serve a purpose if you're in like the art or trading card community. But a lot of them are self-serving, but you can't outlook. It was like I was looking at the gains for 1 year, and Bitcoin was at a 500-something% gain, and Dogecoin's at like a 15,000% gain. So you can't discredit that and just say like, oh, like that's not worth getting into, because it was. And if you did, you made out better than Bitcoin. So, we're looking at the altcoins. I had to plug my computer in. It was dying. I didn't realize I didn't have it plugged in. Anyways, if we're looking at that, I have my plan. If this stuff does play out, if this, then that. Like if Ethereum goes to 4,600, if Litecoin is the one to take off next, what are my lower cap altcoins that I'm going to buy into? And it's too far away to kind of get into that. We've went over 20 in the last video, and there's some lower market cap ones that I'm also eyeing, one of them being Super Farm, just to mention that. Came off the bottom really nicely, sitting at 229, high of 480 something, and it came down like into the $1.60, $1.80 range, somewhere in there. So I am watching some of those on the lower end, and again, same thing, watching Bitcoin price breakouts. But yeah, this could be a big move for altcoins. It may not be. I'm just watching just because I've seen it in 2017, and it's kind of working out the same way. So that's one to watch. Have your stop losses in place and trade safe, and we'll see you again in the future. Bye.